Yo, hello, hello.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm just doing my essay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but your camera's on.
What? It's not on. Oh. Play my intro. Play it now.
Fine, but you owe me for this.
Okay. Guys, this is the second part of the university experience advice and tips film. Hope you enjoy it. Beam me up, God. So for Westminster, I don't know about other unis, it was a 33% mark. So second year's total result accounted for 33% of my final degree classification. Third year accounted for 66%. So obviously third year is more make or break than second year, but obviously second year is just as important because then that will determine if you get the first or the 2-1. I was very happy in second year. I thought there wasn't anything that went wrong. I did my best, I tried my best. I was with my close friends. We would come in on a Saturday and a Sunday to crack on with work. I know that sounds insane, but sometimes you gotta get these things done. If you have a presentation, you know, it is worth going in if you can, just to check up on things. Let your friend see the presentation, make sure your friend sees you speak it, sees you read certain things. You know, the way you present yourself is so important when it comes to presentations. Another tip that I can give you is that with presentations, genuinely, I know it's very daunting to get up in front of, I would say about 15-20 people and talk about a topic that you know maybe about 70% of things about. But honestly, no one will ever judge you. It's one of those things that once you get the flow going, once you know what you're saying, it clicks and everything falls into place for you. My biggest tip that I can give to you is you should plant questions in the end. So write down questions that you can give to your peers, but obviously make sure you know the answers to them because that would be super awkward. That could kind of drop your grade a bit. And that will not only impress your lecturer, but the way that you plan and your time management skills. So when third year rocked up, I was super excited as well. I was like, this is the final year, this is make or break, let's do it, let's smash it. Third year was pretty intense. Please don't expect anything like second or first year. It's essentially with third year, you build up on what you learn in your first and second year. I found it incredibly difficult. I still managed to do very well and get an average of a first overall, but majority of my grades in third year was a 2-1, which again is not bad, but obviously getting the first makes you more advantageous against candidates, let's say for employment, even for further study. So I would definitely recommend trying getting the first if you can. When it came to the modules and lectures, they were definitely more strict. Literally started my third year and in 2 weeks I had a presentation to give that was 25% of my final mark. You know what, that shouldn't discourage you, that only should push you to do even better than you possibly can. Because you know what, at the end of the day, they say diamonds are made under pressure. It's all about time management. Getting a calendar, writing down your notes. The one advice I can give is that start your coursework early, because then when it comes to the deadline, you don't have to rush like a headless chicken. Set aside at least 2 or 3 hours of your day every day. Because the one thing that I learned, starting is the hardest point in the journey. If you don't get a good start on it, you're not going to get a good finish on it. That is probably the best advice I can give in terms of getting your coursework done. Don't be discouraged, however, if you get a 2-1 or if you even get a 2-2. It's only up and beyond from what you do and what your abilities are. Speak to your course leader, what do I need to do next? I'm assuming they'll be as helpful as possible. So third year was all over. I felt a hollowness that I've never ever felt in my life before. What do I do with my life now? My 3 years of education are over. And I thought to myself, let me do a master's. Let me get that extra year of education in and go into further study. The number one rule with masters is really want to do it, because masters is not for the faint-hearted. It is incredibly difficult. Do not underestimate abilities that you have to show with masters, because the level goes from here to like up there, like, and you can't even see it because I'm above the camera, but it's that much, trust me. So I applied to Westminster as a backup. I applied to UCL first. I got rejected, unfortunately. I applied to LSE. Unfortunately, I got rejected from LSE as well. So that only further disheartened me. I didn't give up. I kept looking. Finally, I found a course, which I'm currently doing now at King's College London. It's called International Political Economy. The most stressful part going into a position in a postgraduate course is the application process. Obviously, you fill in your details, you fill out your educational background, and then you have to do something called a personal statement. The personal statement varies between universities based on the amount of characters they need, not words, so don't worry. It's not as long as you think it is, but it's what you put in it that will make you stand out from the crowds. I didn't just BS my way through this. Don't get me wrong, you're supposed to sell yourself, which is great, but it's worth talking about things that they can say, let's have them. Make sure that uni wants you. When you're writing your personal statement, make sure you add things that are relevant. So for example, you say, I like to travel. Why do you like to travel? What is that going to bring to your course that you're writing in your personal statement? Link it. Make sure it flows. Genuinely, when you sell yourself through a personal statement, don't sell yourself out. You need to have the standards. Yes, this is what I want, XYZ. Can you give it to me? Yes, great. I'm starting, let's do it. When you start and you finish your postgraduate, the one thing that I noticed between undergraduate and postgraduate is that postgraduate requires a lot of reading. With my course at King's College London, average pages read for one module per week is about 100 pages. As long as you manage your time effectively. Just because you have so much reading to do doesn't mean you're going to stray off from your social life. You still have a social life, don't worry about that. Obviously, if you do a master's, you have to take education priority. I think it's a very worthwhile experience. I know there's a lot of people that disagree with the idea of a master's, but it's probably one of the best investments you can make. Although some firms do not expect a master's, it is very advantageous, similar to getting a first in undergrads with firms, because what that shows is that you're willing to work, you're willing to go above and beyond, and you're willing to do extra stuff. On a CV, that looks brilliant. Main thing is just have fun. Don't just think to yourself, oh, this next assignment, but rather think of it as like the next adventure. Then not only starting it would be easy, but also getting through it would be easy, and you'll finish it in probably the most tip-top shape you can possibly think of. Yes guys, and there it is. I hope you enjoyed the two-part, well, should I call it a series, for my university experience and tips and advice. Leave in the comments down below what kind of things you've gone through. If you finished your undergrads, let me know how it went for you. If you're doing postgraduate right now, also let me know how that's going for you, or if you've done it already. Like and subscribe, share it with anyone that would benefit from the advice, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.